Oh, hello everybody. I'm Dr. Randall George Nazawa. I am the Bounce Back Wine Guy. And welcome. Yeah, I want to thank all of you for tuning in and also for tuning in to my radio show, Be the Change on the Pyramid One Network. We've been getting a lot of great comments from the 138 countries that we feed to. And for my YouTube show, New Enlightened Lifestyle Medicine, with my co-host, Patrick Herbert, that's becoming extraordinarily popular because what we do is we bring up current events, the psychology behind them, and we report truth. We report the truth because of what we're experiencing now in this 2020 year has been, if you haven't figured it out, a bunch of bull, garbage. Okay, and like I've explained earlier, it's out of fear. The elite 1%, the folks that are running our government, behind all those numbnuts that are politicians and that thing that we call president. Okay, what's behind them? Okay, and that's the corporate elite, and it's up to us to live freely, to put our foot down, and to live the way we want to live. If we want freedom, everyone, we have to fight for it, and that's what all my presentations here are for. Today, what I'm talking about is stress can change your genes. You ever wonder why you feel the way you feel? Why some things just really make you angry and piss you off, and why perhaps that you can't digest certain foods? You got allergy, you got asthma, things make you your stomach upset, and you might be more prone to colds or getting sick, or things like the autoimmune diseases, cancer, heart attack, stroke, okay, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, okay, arthritis, lupus. You ever wonder why? Here's what happens is that in your lineage with all your ancestors, a lot of them you have never met before, but they have undergone stresses themselves, and they react to them in a certain way. And what happens is that those stresses get to modify your genes. Dr. Ben Lynch calls them dirty genes, but what they are gene mutations, SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms. Okay, and you get all this. Those are passed on, and you kind of wonder why. Certain relatives that you might know that are still alive, that they easily flip out, or they're too calm and cool, and all, or they get angry really quickly, or they forget things really easily. That emotional state, everyone, okay, changes genes, especially if it's traumatic, because your emotional state, way back when, you can say, 4 or 5 generations ago, those emotional states, when unresolved by physical activity, that's your fight or flight, because that's how we were built. If we're under stress or fear, we can run away, we can stay for the fight, or in between the sympathetic and parasympathetic, we can freeze, give up, and die. Okay? But what happens is that when that stress is unresolved, it can mutate your genes. Okay, it can become part of your traits, and from there it can become part of your identity, and that's what your ancestors went through. That's what you're going through now. So when you'll have to kind of figure this out yourself, but ask why you are the way you are, and why you feel the way you feel, and what makes you angry, and what makes you happy, what makes you peaceful, what makes you afraid and scared. Once we get into that state where we feel unsafe or we're scared, now we're on heightened alert and attack mode. And you ever wonder why? Okay, and this is the reason why, because those are gene mutations that you have that's been passed down, and those are called epigenetic influences on your genes. You can cure this. You can stop it. You can remutate your genes. You can. Do you know why? Because you've got the mind to do that. Mind is all powerful, and we are connected, mind, body, and spirit, right? Kind of cliche as it is, but we are connected. One is the other, is the other, is the other. You know why? Because of energy. There's energy in us. There's energy all around us. The highest form of energy, what is that? Okay, it's love. And you know what is another name for love? God, or whatever name you name that energy that put us here. Okay. Once we're in that energy zone, that love zone, we heal. We are unstoppable. We can turn the worst trauma into a good event. Because once we turn that belief system around and say that trauma, that benefited me, and then to think of the reasons why, now what happens is that you're in that higher energy zone. You're healing. Okay? So even if you have those mutated genes, you can do something about it. Okay? Look what we're at now in this COVID fake garbage thing here. Okay? 8 months have gone by. We're heading into September, and guess a lot of people have lost money. A lot of people lost their jobs and lost income. Ironically, the stock market has rebounded, and it's its highest rate ever, right? And Apple has become the first $2 trillion company ever. Why is that? Is that we're stuck at home, and we have to go use all the devices, and we're using a lot of electromagnetic radiation, all human-made, of course, and you know which causes a lot of health problems, especially cancers. Okay. And in the stock market, look who's in the stock market. People that can afford to be there. People that make a lot more money. And obviously you aren't, because one, you're listening to this. And the other is that you weren't privy to that world. Because, you know, to make any kind of money in the stock market, you can't just have 100 shares this, 100 shares that. You need thousands and even millions. And often, who gets that? The large corporations, the companies. So they're the ones with all the money supply, and they're running things. But more about that later. What we're talking about now is stress can mutate your genes, but you don't have to let that affect you. You can turn this into a positive, okay, especially for you, for your remaining life, and for your ancestors. Okay. What you have to do is recognize who you are, let love come first, let forgiveness come first. And any kind of thing that might flip you out, make you angry, the first thing you do, the first thing, here it is, be neutral. Listen to it. Okay? Don't judge, perceive. Judge less, perceive more. That's right, perceive more. Once you do that, you take the emotions out of it, and all of a sudden it's just information. And you process that information. Okay? That's the key right there, because now you'll never get angry ever again. Because you're going to catch yourself. Because one, it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you. Clear thinking serves you. You can't think when you're emotional. You can't. So, be calm, stay neutral, listen, be empathic. See the world as the other person sees it and feels it. Okay. Now, you're in the world. You're all around it. Okay? And now you're bringing out your best. You're letting that love faucet be open. And love is the highest energy. So what is it? I think we should be loving more, forgiving more. Don't you think? Hey, I'm Ronald George Nozawa, the Bounce Back Blind Guy. If you've liked this, then go ahead and make a comment, or better yet, subscribe, to me on this channel, or subscribe to my YouTube show, New Enlightened Lifestyle Medicine, or my radio show, Be the Change. I report truth. I want the best for all of us, but we have to take a stand, everyone, especially right now. We have to take a stand. We have to believe in ourselves. We need to get out there and fight for our freedom. I'm with you all the way. Check you out next time. Bye-bye now.